Oh,
Oh, apparently you don't
Yeah,
even
that's what I said. You
more.
have the power.
oh, right.
Hurry up.
Sorry. Right. I thought you were
Yeah,
just
hurry up. We're
referring in
recording.
general to my, just, my
Well, I was just
manliness.
calling you
Yeah.
powerful.
Yes.
Did you think I was flirting with you?
Well, I mean, I've
I
got
don't
used to
mind,
it
you know.
over the years. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I'm no stranger to this.
we did snog once, I remember.
Do we?
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Were we drunk?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right then.
Yeah. 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 That's all right. Yeah.
I do not
Is,
remember.
do you remember Mark? Is it Mark Steele? Yes, I think he's the right Mark. He used to do that radio show, the Mark Steele Report.
Mark Steele lectures. Oh, Nick's fucked off.
Yeah, we'll wait for him to come back because this is gold. Obviously, we want to keep this in. But he used to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was one show where it was like, it was like an outrageous concept, and then they talk out why it would be a good idea. And one of them was everyone should be forced to be gay for 2 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I possibly remember that. Yeah.
You just reminded me that there's a thing in that where someone's talking about like some builders or something on a building site. And they're talking about me and Ma, we used to have after work we'd have sex in the showers, I'd be like, you what? And, for a laugh. Oh, for a laugh. Oh yeah, that's all right. Yeah. So
So we're in the middle of a fairly major ice rainstorm at the moment. So what just happened was the power went out for a second because assuming we have trees coming down on lines and stuff like that. So if I just disappear, at some point,
we'll
don't
just
come
keep
back,
on going.
just continue and
Yes.
don't worry about it.
That's fine. That's fine.
This is
where that's what's happened.
This is the podcast.
Yes.
Yep.
Anyway, Nick, you start us off then. Hey guys, I believe is how you traditionally.
All right. Yeah. We are recording. So fuck.
Yeah.
We've been recording for some time.
Yes.
We've already.
Yeah. Should we restart recording because Clive never edits?
No. We got to keep the snog in, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something went down.
We'll tell you later, Nick.
Oh, okay. Right.
When you're older. Yeah.
Hey guys.
There we go.
No. So yes, hello and welcome to another episode of Not in ShawScope.
No, in ShawScope.
Oh fuck. Scratch that.
Fucking ruined it already. Yes. Less than 5 minutes in, he's fucked it all up.
Yes, indeed.
Hey guys.
Just as attention deficit as our.
That's what you get for putting "Hey guys" in a fucking podcast.
There you go.
You deserve that.
Yes. All right. Let's try that again. Ladies and gentlemen,
hey guys,
welcome to another episode of In ShawScope. You know what we do here. We talk about films that Shaw Brothers made. We are all the way up to 1966, and we are going to talk about two films made in 66, I believe, one in 67 and one in 68. Is this correct, Clive?
Well, I would like to say it's actually 65 to 67 because the first film and the last one were both released like right at the beginning of January of their years. So, yeah.
Perfect. So what are we talking about? We are talking about 4 films adapting the Chinese epic novel published in the 16th century, attributed to Wu Chenggen. What the fuck is that?
That's what Monkey used to do.
Yeah.
To summon his cloud, isn't it?
Okay. I assumed he was.
No, not that.
Okay. I always kind of assumed that he was.
That was after the show finished. That's
it.
Yeah.
That's what Masaki Sakai used to do to Tripitaka, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes. So anyway, we're talking 4 films. The first one is Journey. No, first was Monkey Goes West.
We never did that, by the way, Darren. We did the snog game, but I don't think that ever came.
No, mainly because we don't have vaginas.
Well, no, I mean we could have.
To my knowledge,
we could. I suppose it could have been Rimmin, but yeah.
Yeah, well, that's not what that means, is it?
No. Because it's it's alphabet specific, isn't it? Yeah.
It is, yeah. I did mine sideways for some reason as well. I don't know why.
If
Well,
if you
lying
at
down.
home, if you at home are confused, rest assured that I am also. I feel your sense of loss and general fucking. I have no idea what to talk
If you
about. Anyway,
if you stayed here for this many episodes, how many episodes have we had? 50?
Oh, no, I have no idea.
No, not 50. Probably 30, haven't we?
yeah.
If
God
you
knows.
count not, then there's quite a few. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if you've stayed with us this long, then you know exactly our sort of nonsense, and we don't need to apologise for that.
This sounds like something a domestic abuser would say, Darren. But anyway,
Well, that's it. I mean, surely, if you actually watched them all, then surely you are in a coercive relationship with
I
us.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's exactly the kind of
we've
thing
convinced you.
people who don't understand would ask you, like, why did you keep watching? Like, why didn't you just turn off? You know?
There wasn't an alternative. You know,
Yeah.
they loved us.
This has gone a bit dark
you know,
in the last.
They know
half a
we didn't
minute.
really love them. but every as soon as their minds started to change, say, "Oh, I'm not watching that one again." We used to give them some love.
Yes.
We used to throw a kung fu film in there, or we used to throw a horror film in there, and then they'd be back.
Keep them keen, I believe.
That's it. See,
phrases.
yeah, coercive control these days they call that.
That's not as catchy, is it?
No, not much of a catchphrase.
No.
It's not a zinger, is it?
Abusers nowadays really need to up their game.
Yeah. Anyway, so movies. We're talking about movies here. I think.
Come on, get on with it, Nick. Fucking stop derailing the show.
Monkey Goes West.
Yeah. Why are we delaying so long talking about 4 films about a monkey?
I tell you
why. I suspect is because to jump ahead of it for me, I was quite disappointed by these 4.
Yeah, and I've seen 2 of them before.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, can I just, Nick, because I don't know, it sounds like you're going to barrel straight into the first film here, and I'm going to be a bit rubbish in terms of plots for each specific film.
Yeah.
So I'm going to earn my crust. I did do a bit of research for should I do a bit of context?
Please.
Right. Okay. So, as you said, based on Journey to the West, right? But if we're going to go further back for frame of reference, so there was apparently this Buddhist monk, Zhuangzang, I guess you would pronounce it, who in 7th century, which is a Tang dynasty, right, did go to seek out the Buddhist sutras by traveling west to I suppose now you'd call it medieval India, right? And
Gandhara, surely.
Oh well, Gandhara, yes.
Well, they said it was in India.
Gandhara. Yes. So it was interesting because
that's why we don't need to do the monkey podcast, because we're just littering this thing. Within 5 minutes of getting on here, we're just littering this thing with monkey references.
This is true. So yeah, I suppose nowadays some of those places would be like Afghanistan and Bangladesh, but basically he was going. From what I could understand, was he was kind of skirting around. Like I don't think he went deep into India. He was skirting around the kind of the boundary regions, right, and collecting all these Buddhist sutras and stuff. And this was recorded in Records of the Western Regions. Jump forward to Ming Dynasty, 16th century, and then someone called Wu Cheng'en, apparently, who often gets the credit, writes a fantastic fictionalized version of Records of the Western Region, known as Journey to the West, right? And it's actually quite interesting. I'd quite like to get it. I will try reading Records of the Western Region. I will see how far I get it, because it is quite. I found it's quite a. I suspect, let's put it this way, because I haven't started doing it yet. I've always been really quite fascinated in learning about the history of all the different Buddhist sects and how these things, have. And it seems as if records of the Western region might be quite a good gateway, because the way Xuanzang traveled around and picked up all these things in different places, and all the stories behind them and stuff seems like quite a good way in to learning about the history of how these things developed. And I don't know if anyone else is interested in this, but I kind of quite fascinating. So, but it seems as if in the interim between Xuanzang and Journey to the West, there would have been a lot of, oral tradition and stuff where, so like the Monkey King character, for example, it's not as if this is the Ur text or anything like that. It's probably has a lot of, so this is a culmination of stuff in the interim, if you see what I mean. The idea of fictionalizing this Journey to the West would have been something that people would have done. But anyway, yeah.
Well, I mean, does it also, not that I mean, I've read Wu Cheng'an, well, the Penguin version at least of Journey to the West, they call Monkey. But would this also serve as propaganda in that era as well? I suppose is something to consider.
Well, this is the other fascinating angle, which we talked a little bit about when we talked about, well, all sorts of things, where Romance of the Three Kingdoms and Wing Fei Jian and stuff like that, is how, depending on the historical period, the story switches or changes, or so again, that's another fascinating angle. But so you were referring to the Arthur Waley 1942 English translation, right? Which is a very condensed version, but very
small
read, it has to be said.
Great read.
But then, so the other one, Anthony C.U. is credited with the later, more complete English translation of all the volumes, and I think by now there's probably something that's kind of usurped that one as well, right? I did find out as well, apparently there's a sequel to Journey to the West, called Ziobu, or a supplement to the Journey of the West from the 17th century. I didn't know about this before. So so anyway, that's the wider context for this. So it's just worth kind of bearing out, right? Because this 4-film run is already, to maybe modern viewers not that familiar with the history or the literature, who are only going by the films, this would seem like, this is, not the original, because there's older, we'll get to them, but there's older Journey to the West films as well. But this probably might seem like, this is the big original popularizing series, which later films would have copied or referenced, like the Stephen Chow films and stuff like that, right? But no, this is already,
Well, I think the other thing
well-trod territory, right?
I think the other thing to consider is opera as well. So Monkey's a character, Sun Wukong Monkey is a character in Chinese opera often.
That's its own. That's absolutely its own tradition, right?
Of course, but also that tells you how much in the culture it is, going back not decades in film or 100 years in film, but probably a couple of 100 years before that.
Exactly. So, and we'll get to this a little bit, I suspect, is how the thing that struck me about all 4 of these films is it's almost, if you take the character, the iconic characters out, I was like, is this a Journey to the West story? This just seems like a jumble of fucking weird stories that have nothing to do with a monk collecting sutras or anything, right? So, but it doesn't matter because at this stage of the game, they're just like, oh no, well, we can just do whatever because we know these characters and we can do whatever we like with them, right? So
yeah. You do. I very much got the impression that they've just taken the characters. Obviously, apart from Monkey Goes West, that's obviously the origin story. That's Sandy and
establishes
Pixie.
it a little bit, yeah.
The rest of them just seem to be kind of serial episodes.
Yeah,
you know, of the latest Flash Gordon, Who is Monkey?
Yeah. Also worth mentioning that
installment.
As far as I can tell, because I haven't read the full. I've only, like you, I've read the Arthur Waley condensed version, but I think most of the cinematic versions, from what I understand, there's kind of 4 main bits of the Journey to the West. And there's the origin, and most of the films seem to take place in part 3. Part 3 is kind of like the meat of it's the Odyssey bit of it, right? Where they just meet lots of weird mystical creatures and go on adventures and stuff like that. But anyway, there we go, Nick. Sorry to
No.
Yeah. Carry on as you were.
No, I mean we're get into talking about the first film, I assume.
Yeah.
I mean there's a few sorry. No, just because it makes sense. There's a few things that connect before we go into the video. So we should say the main cast and the director and the screenwriter, right? So they're all directed by Ho Meng-hua, who, as we've established before, is kind of maybe not necessarily at home with this sort of lighter fare, right? Like Ho Meng-hua is his best. He's famous for being a bit dark and weird, isn't he?
Well, I mean, he's done a lot that is light as well, though. You have to remember.
Yeah, but that's not what he excels at, right? At least.
No, I know, but certainly in Shaw's, he's done. Yes. There's a lot of fluff in his filmography, which is actually quite glorious fluff.
Some of it's and again, it's a bit unfair until we've seen it all, and then we can do it. But what he's famous for is, killer snakes and Box's Omen and stuff like that. Screenwriter Chen Kang. They're all musicals. We should probably mention as well.
They're kind of nominally musical, aren't they? They're kind of. There's 1 or 2 musical numbers in each, isn't there? Yeah,
they're not full on, but enough to earn the tag, I think. And of course, the cast. So we got Ho Fan as Monk Tang.
5.
Sorry?
5.
Who's the 5th one I'm blanking on?
Well, the one who replaces Yu Hua, isn't it?
Oh,
the other monkey.
Yes. This actor played Monkey in the first 3 films, and then he's subbed out with which I didn't even. I'm embarrassed to admit I didn't know.
No, it's 2 films. It's two of each.
Is it? Who's Monkey King in?
I thought that it was only the 4th one where they.
So who replaces
Chow Lung Chung.
Fuck, I didn't even notice that.
And he's in both. He's in the 2 later ones.
Fuck, I didn't even notice that.
Well, I mean, he is. I mean, obviously the makeup and it does help. But they've chosen an actor who bears some resemblance to the original.
I can't believe I didn't notice that.
Right. Sorry.
Chow Lung Chung is in the last 2.
Cave of the Silken. Yeah, sorry, he is in Cave of the Silken Web. Well, crazy. I didn't. So that's wow.
So obviously, me and Nick didn't notice. Did you notice that, or did you only notice when you looked up the credits?
Well, I haven't seen. So I'd seen Princess Ironfat. No, sorry, I'd seen Cave of the Silken Web and Monkey Goes West. But I hadn't seen the other 2. But as a matter of course, before I watch films I haven't seen, I always write the cast list, or any film. I'll always write the cast and the crew down before I watch the film. So I noticed that before I'd watched the ones. Yeah. But I may not have noticed, had I been watching them for pleasure and not making notes.
Right. No, I'm genuinely surprised that got past me. But anyway, there we go, Pang Pang as Pigsy and Chen Chun as Friar Sandy, who is slightly sidelined, I would say.
Yeah.
And for those of you familiar with again, here it comes up again, the Japanese Monkey TV series, he would have been swapped out as a kappa character.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Which often happens in the Japanese versions of which there are almost as many as Chinese ones, actually. I would like to know how many, if there's many Indian versions of it, because I quite like to see a Bollywood version of this. It would kind of fit.
So what were you saying again?
No, I was just establishing the the five. Anyway, that's what's uniform across the films, right? So now we go. I believe, Nick, you wanted to go straight into Monkey Goes West, right?
Yeah, so I mean, this is obviously the where things are set up. This is where we introduce the characters and the overarching like narrative, right? So we introduce our priest, who I mean, I'd like to have more backstory about this stuff. Like, why is his flesh, able to give people immortality? Specifically,
because he's enlightened, isn't he? He's an enlightened kind of Buddha-like character, isn't he?
Right.
Like he's an avatar of the Buddha, and
it's also it's a problem. Like we said, obviously, audience at the time might not have cared, but for us, like, there's a real kind of lack of consistency as to we don't quite know what, if you're just going by the films, what Monkey's powers are, right? Like, sometimes he's able to do these amazing things, and then other times he doesn't bother and gets in a pickle, and he can transform into other people, he can jump massive distances, but then other times he doesn't seem to bother doing that at all, where you think that would be a good way to escape from this particular. It's quite, that element is all over the place, isn't it? There's no consistency at all.
Well, the whole thing with Monkey, though, is that he's like the original overpowered character in the comic book, isn't he? He's kind of he's the because he can do everything, and the reason he's under a mountain is because he can just kick the shit out of deities and
and
anything
because
he comes across.
Havoc in heaven, which we're
Havoc in heaven
over and over again, and we'll probably talk about a film called Havoc in Heaven at some point, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Also a song, isn't it? It's a song by, is it Godiego, I think?
Godiego, yeah.
Yeah, Havoc in Heaven. It's a song by them.
Who, of course, did the Monkey theme tune, and the B-side, which was Gandhara, I believe, of the original.
Yes.
Because I think I've got that.
Yeah.
I think I've got the 7-inch knocking around here.
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
cool.
I had it, I think. Yeah.
I think the first episode of the Monkey TV series is entitled Havoc in Heaven. So that may explain.
Oh, it might be, yeah. Well, and that's the other thing, and that's the other thing is that I mean, it's a an artistic decision, right? But I usually associate, outside of the Monkey TV show, I usually associate, especially having read the novel years and years and years ago, I usually associate the start of the Monkey story to be Monkey in heaven eating the peaches and causing all sorts of shit for people, and then getting buried under the mountain.
Exactly.
But we join Monkey when he's already under the mountain.
Yeah. We don't see him born from an egg on a mountain.
No.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. You have to add the that's that's what makes it.
Also, the opening title sequence of Monkey. See, this is why we don't need to do Monkey, right?
No, this is why we do, because we're obviously bursting at the seams to talk about the Monkey TV series, which we will do. I guaranteed we will.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? I'll save that comment for them then. But it was going to be about the monkey suit of the monkey who jumps out the egg. Yeah. Well, we'll see.
If they can find if they can still find lost episodes of the Daleks Master Plan,
they did. Yes,
we can do Monkey.
So
or just not do it and call it a lost episode.
The Cretins Master Plan.
So the monk, basically, it opens with him. He's already on his quest, but he hasn't gathered any of his followers together.
The delicious monk.
And yeah, he immediately comes a cropper of dudes who want to eat his tasty flesh, and to gain immortality.
He's quite the hunk, it seems, throughout. There's always someone after.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's quite, to be fair, he's not a bad looking dude.
There's something
actually.
about him. There's something
Yeah.
about him.
Yeah.
It's funny, I find it quite bland and boring in most of it, and that's by design, right? But then there's one episode in one of the later films where it's the actor, but it's supposed to be Pigsy, pretending.
When he's in the bath, Nick.
Yeah, and suddenly Fan Ho's acting is much more interesting. He's much less boring when he's inhabited. So it shows you that.
When he's giggling and
he's a bit like if Eric Tsang hit the gym a bit. He's a bit of a beefy kind of, he's got that kind of.
Well, and the other buff personality in this actually is at the start in this one anyway is Fan Mei Sheng.
Fan Mei Sheng, yeah.
Fan Mei Sheng is just transitioning.
Yes.
From buff to chunky in this, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, who does he play?
And he's still. Oh, he's like the Dragon King who turns into the horse.
The horse. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, quite quickly, the monk meets Monkey, who is trapped in a mountain, been there for 500 years. Does cool things where he pops his head out of the ground and out of the side of the mountain and stuff. Just fun.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, because he just appears in different places, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
And then
it's oddly enough, it's one of the few. It's strange actually. Monkey, kind of like that opening stuff is actually quite I quite like the opening, and it looks very beautiful. The location shots and stuff look fucking great.
Yeah.
And I was
all four films,
I was set up for I'm really going to enjoy this quartet, I thought. But the reason I bring it is that opening with him popping, you're like, oh yeah, this is the monkey. This is the ultimate anarchist monkey, isn't he? And the thing is, he loses that quite soon. He doesn't really do anything that outrageous or ridiculous across all four films, really. He's quite subdued.
Well, there is the one golden shower scene that's quite impressive, which is
right at the end, though, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, in film 4.
Well, but he's still protecting the gang by doing that, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not just doing it just to be a kicks. Yeah.
Yeah, the monkey isn't doing shits and giggles in this.
No.
And whenever he does crazy shit and gets a bollocking, he's usually right, isn't he?
Right.
Yeah.
Throughout the 4 films. Yeah. He's usually seen something no one else has seen.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's a bit like he's the crafty kind of rather than just a fucking hooligan, which is what I kind of want from Monkey.
Yeah, I want Masaki Sakai going.
He accidentally does the right thing but he's just fucking wished, right? But he's not here really. Yeah.
No. Although I would say UFR is a good fucking monkey.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. I like him, and whoever swapped him out is not bad. But it's just there's elements that are right, and then it's just overall. So, by the way, Nick, I was imagining you were probably getting all hot and bothered as well because your favorite cow power shoe turns up.
Ooh. Yeah, and looking good. Last time I saw her, she had a platinum wig on, was playing a granny, so I was quite happy to see her with her beautiful black hair again. And
giving you stern looks.
Yes.
Telling you off, but not sitting up straight. Yeah.
Funnily enough, I would say of the 4 of these, this is my least favorite. And I think,
oh God, no.
Yeah,
I could not disagree with you more.
Okay,
no.
I think
I've got worse. Yeah.
I think it's overlong. And I think it's very much place setting, right? It's kind of just it's introducing the characters and then kind of putting everyone in place for.
It is longer than all the other ones, isn't it?
Quite a bit longer.
Yeah,
it's 150 minutes. The others are a short 80 minutes.
But I think it needs to be 100 because it's the setup, right? So you can't do Monkey without Friar Sand, Pigsy, and the monk, right? And so you have to establish all that, and then you have to have a bit of daring do in the middle. So
There's also a
That's
stop
a necessity,
motion
right?
lake monster, which
Yeah.
is not very good, but compared to some of the effects in the later films, like it's a bit more ambitious. There's a lot of
Yes.
rear projection stuff,
Yeah.
which is funny. Like it's not that it's I can put up with it, but it's like in something else you might consider it charming.
Look,
But of this era of Shaw, it feels a little bit like you can do better than this. So
Right.
it's
and
it's less charming.
but that's the weird thing, because this is clearly like a hallmark production for Shots, right? They've clearly put a good amount of money into this, right? Not in special effects necessarily, although I would argue that the fourth film actually looks very good in terms of special effects.
Yes.
Apart from the back projection stuff.
Yes.
But every single one of these films is shot on location, and those locations are fucking beautiful and really well used. So these are shot out and it's not like it's not like they've gone out the back lot. They've gone somewhere else for this.
Did anyone check actually where they were shot? Because I'm assuming this is like Taiwan.
I think it's Taiwan. I read that it was Taiwan, and those forests are just stunning. There's scenes where the sun comes up and these shafts of light come through in every movie, and it's like the fucking. I don't know. Do you know who the Luminists are? This painting movement from like anyway, very kind of similar.
Yeah. And also someone seems to have actually finally changed the dodgy lens on the Shaw Brothers camera, so it doesn't have that weird
it's not bending
in the middle.
The films are gorgeous, and the costume.
And there's more of that actually in the first one. I feel as if it transitions more to studio stuff as it goes along. So
yeah, but even then, some of the caves...
It's a bit up and down, though, actually. I think there's location stuff in all of them.
There is.
Yeah. But this opens with a lot of it. So for me, it was just more noticeable. Plus, as well, it held promise, which was later kind of quashed somewhat for me. It was just like, I'm going to have a great time. Because I like just looking at this. I don't... The older I get, sometimes I just like seeing beautiful places, beautifully shot now. Like that's enough for me to enjoy a film, But like you said, it's that weird gear change where they suddenly go to a studio like this.
And it's like that grass you have on like train sets, isn't it? Instead of proper grass.
And the thing is, I don't mind that. A lot of Shaw Brothers films with that stuff, I actually quite like the artifice of it. But it's when you switch between the two can sometimes be
So I do feel for Peng Peng, the poor guy who plays Pigsy. I do think that a fairly, in some ways, shit. I mean, I think he does the best he can, but it has to be a fairly humiliating role to be.
He's got his quite ample gut out throughout the whole four films, isn't he?
Yeah, his manly chest is kind of
but he doesn't seem to mind, so neither should we.
It's more, but no, it's not that. It's more the dialogue. It's more that he's constantly being told he's fat and ugly and a monster and a pig, and it's just like he's given a really hard time.
In fairness, he did know the character. Any Chinese person in Hong Kong in 1966 would have known who that character is.
And he is a sex pest.
Well, yes. That is the main, I think, defining feature of his character. When he's introduced, he's basically a kind of a skeevy bloke, and then he continues to be skeevy the rest of the films.
Unapologetically skeevy, even when he's turned into a pig.
Yes.
Yeah. I could relate to a pig.
He does have a great fuck off big rake that he uses as a weapon too throughout the four films. So is that key to the text?
No, that's in the text. Yeah, he uses it. It's a muck rake. It's like a shit rake, basically.
Of course it is.
Yeah. But it's all about, because he's a general that was that womanized too much in heaven, and then he got punished by being a pig.
Okay.
And they turned like his halberd or his spear or whatever into a shit rake, so it would continuously remind him that he's...
later used it to write The Jungle.
That's it.
Yes.
That's the one.
I mean, as I said, I mean, I don't know what else I have to say about the first one. As I said, for me, funnily enough, it's my least favorite of the. I quite get on, and I quite get on with how repetitive and ridiculous it all becomes in the next three, where I feel like, haven't I watched? Didn't I just watch this film like with the same
Yeah.
basic plot beats and points? And yet, for me, there was something quite comforting about the sameness of the three that come after this, and
Oh,
also
that got on my wick.
a lot of cute girls, which goes a long way with me.
Yeah, but the thing is they're cute girls, right? Not in here, but in the next three films.
Yes.
They're cute girls in really unflattering leotards. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like
I was fairly flattered
I
by
thought they were all right.
by the girls in the silken web cave.
The silken web, particularly for me, a lot of my notes are about just how distracted I am.
no,
how
I
short
didn't.
their little
That
skirts are, and
did not do it for me.
wow,
Did not do it. The Cave of the Silken Web in any way did not do it for me.
okay.
Clearly, me and you,
We're
Nick, are a bit
not there
closer
yet.
to being transformed porcine-like than Darren.
Yeah, and so basically we get Pigsy. Pigsy joins the team, and then the horse, right? The big. Actually, I guess it's the sea monster becomes the horse. Then Pigsy joins, and then finally Friar Sand, who I forgot. So Friar Sand is Cow Powshu's boyfriend, right? And they live under the sea. I do like a good we're gonna build a set with little things on kind of wires so it looks like maybe we're underwater, but we're definitely not.
Yeah. And this isn't the one where Pigsy becomes a turtle, is it? That's another one.
No, he does actually. He does become.
Oh, it is this one?
Yes.
Because they repeat that, don't they? He becomes the same turtle with the same different actor.
In the last films are repetitive.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! I think that's the main problem with them.
Yeah, I'm with you on this, Clive. You seem to like it, Nick, but I did not like the
no. I was just really again, it's just because it deflates any sense of kind of tension, or because I know how this resolves itself because this is what happened. Just it felt a bit like oddly enough, we keep going back to the TV series, but it really felt like episodes of a TV series,
Yes,
it really felt like this week it's basically the same thing again and again.
But I remember Monkey again. We continue to talk about Monkey.
Yeah, which we will.
But I remember Monkey breaking my fucking heart because something was really unfair in the moral sum up at the end of a Monkey episode. I remember that from a child. I remember saying, "Oh, but that's not fair."
Yeah,
she's got to live her life in a jar now, and she didn't do anything wrong. That TV
series
this isn't the same. Yeah,
it's less episodic TV series though than these series of films. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Although I would argue that Princess Iron Fan is probably the best of them.
Well, you got Pat Ting Hung as Princess Iron Fan, who does indeed have a big iron fan.
She does.
That causes winds.
And goes in the bath.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, and goes in the bath quite nicely. And Cheng Pei Pei.
Yeah,
and Lily and Ching Mao's. This is definitely the most star-studded one, isn't it? I would say of the four films.
Also, this is the one. So this is the one. This is immediately before Come Drink With Me.
Right.
So we're watching Yue Hua and Cheng Pei Pei become famous in this very film.
Yeah.
Right. This is because Cheng Pei Pei's got a very big role in this.
Yeah.
You know, and we've seen her before with that ridiculous fucking beard. Right.
Yes, we have.
What film was that? I can't remember what film that was.
I don't remember either, but yes, I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was one of the magic lamp ones, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So we've seen Cheng Pei Pei before, but she's actually cut in quite a good rug as a villain, actually, isn't she?
Oh, she's awesome. I mean, and her fight scenes are great, and her dance scenes are really impressive. It's some of the best dancing I've seen in any of these Shaw films.
Yeah, well, that's her job. That's her expertise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this might be my favorite.
Funny, it is in some ways
because I
the most
do like Patting Hung as Princess Iron fan.
I like the last one as well. I do like Land of Many Perfumes.
But this film is very much two films, right? Like if you're talking about episodic, this is the one that actually is two really entirely separate movies, right? You get one movie and then you could even have an intermission, and then we move on to a wholly different set of villains, right, for the back half, and a whole different story.
Yeah.
So the Iron Fan Princess is really only the first 40% of the film.
Yeah.
And you get to the Skellington girls who are doing their misfits, you know.
Who doesn't like a skeleton?
You said there, Nick, I think you pronounced that wrong. I think you'll find it's skeleton.
Ah, skeleton.
No, it's Skellington, as Nick correctly pronounced.
That's what I thought.
Did he say Skellington?
I said Skellington.
He did say Skellington.
Of course I did.
Apologies.
You were wrong.
You did something right for
a change, yes.
For a change, Hey, guys. Hey, Skellington.
Also, talking about cast and crew, very nice to see Ku Feng in there, and Lily Lee. Lily.
Yep.
Yeah. And Ku Feng is already, in 1966, when he's probably fucking 12, is already playing an old man.
Yeah, this one is so this I'd be interested to see the 1927 version of this. Again,
yes.
to see what is what like what's in the book, what's in the novel that made it to the screen in each version, right? But
I don't recall it, but it's just I just quite like the kind of mythology of it in this one as well. I just quite like the Iron Fan bit anyway. Because the Cheng Pei Pei skeleton gang thing is a bit generic, but the Iron Fan thing, I just like the idea of someone getting up on a mountain and setting a fire and just like waving a big fan to make like a fucking fire tornado that destroys villages for shits and giggles.
Right.
Because we don't really know why she's doing it.
No. But that's kind of I'm with you. I like that idea of someone just doing it and it not being explained. But then again, there's other things in these films that go unexplained, which are less. So I think that's just accidentally enjoyable for us.
Yeah. No, but it's just because I like the fan. I like the shape of the fan. You know, I like everything about the fan. It's a good visible.
Patting Hung as well.
Well, absolutely, yes. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I do believe, Nick, correct me if I'm wrong, but did you not spray your cave silly with silken web upon watching the next entry in this series, The Cave of Silken Web? Isn't this what you were saying earlier? That
that for me, that's maybe the high water mark of the whole thing.
Yeah, I did enjoy that element of it, I have to say. I think it's the combination of the hammock like webs and basically negligees and lots of running around and giggling and
but we are getting nervous. Should we finish with Princess Iron Fan?
Oh, sorry, I thought we were.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's good skeletons in it, right? So
great skeletons.
Cheng Pei Pei sits on a skull throne, right? That's important. Yeah, we like that. And when they it's hard to tell these apart, but I'm fairly sure that she can do things to people and they turn into skeletons and fall to the ground. That's this one, isn't it?
I think so. I remember enjoying the skeleton transformations.
Yes, but it does reoccur. There's
again. Everything.
The scorpion snake girls that can turn themselves into Evil Dead trees and wrap people up and turn them into skeletons.
Well, that's
the fourth one.
That's in the fourth one.
Yeah, because that's one of the bits I enjoyed the most out of all these 4 films.
Me too.
What the hell is on Ching Mao's head as the Ox King? It looks like he's wearing a stuffed cow. They went to the Shaw Brothers concession stand, and they found a stuffed bull, a teddy bear. Yeah, basically.
They went to
and then they took the stuffing out of it and stuck it on his head.
Yeah. It's very similar to if you've ever seen Iron Master, the thing that they put on George Eastman's head, which is also a leopard that they've tied around his face.
Yeah,
because it's the Shaw Brothers as well, because it's the dorms. They had to do the rounds working at the butchery. So it would actually be it would be behind the counter in a white apron with the blood. It was Kufeng. What do you want today then, love?
That's it.
Some bacon, is it? Yeah, give me one of the cow things to stick on Ching Mao's head.
So in this one, in Princess Iron Fan, there's a couple of other things so there's a scene. Well, first of all, there's a scene where Monkey goes and meets a guy with a huge forehead, like a seven.
No, that's not it. Oh yeah. Oh, he gives him the little orb, doesn't he? Yeah, sorry.
Ping pong ball that stops the wind from the iron fan.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome.
It is, but I don't know what it relates to. Like, that's very much out of left field as well.
And then Monkey, actually, the first film we find out that Monkey, although he doesn't do it again, but he can Ultraman himself up to gigantic size.
Yes.
If he needs to fight a big monster.
He does that in the first film.
In the first, but never again. But in the second film, shrinks himself down to a tiny size, crawls into a woman's skirt to cause some mischief, and then gets. How does he get into Princess Iron? Because he gets into her stomach. Yeah, does he go into her mouth? I can't remember how he gets in there, but he's in her stomach.
Yeah, he gets in there and jumps about, doesn't he? Yeah.
Ancient Chinese physiognomy, obviously different from modern.
Yeah. Well, I want to say that in the book as well. I seem to remember Monkey being in someone's guts, fucking them all up.
Yeah, it does sound familiar. And it reminded me of that of the Korean monster film we watched when they climb inside the monster's nostrils and swing it around on his nose.
That fucking chavvy little kid.
Yes. From, Space Monster Wang Man Jam Bong or whatever the fuck it's called.
And then there's the whole love triangle in the first section with Ching Mao and his new girlfriend, and then there's also Princess Iron Fan.
If only there was a scene in this when we cut from Monkey jumping around the stomach to some men in a train station, and one of them wanted to borrow a newspaper to take a dump, like in that. I was thinking about that the other day. That was weird.
Totally forgot
that's a niche. That is a very, very niche reference to make in such a podcast.
Yes.
But we understand.
But worth making nonetheless. Yes.
No, I had a ball with this one. I like this one. This is.
You did actually enjoy one all the way through.
I thoroughly enjoyed this one, and I enjoyed the fourth one.
Sorry, this is also one of the two where Monkey is called back to his mountain of peaches and flowers or whatever.
With all the monkey kids.
That it's entirely covered in little children wearing like even more risible fucking monkey costumes.
That's adorable.
Backflipping all over the place. Yeah.
No, I like that.
It's cute.
And they seem to be intent on showing two little children kind of entwined with each other.
Yes.
Walking on all fours.
Yes. And then
I'm sure that's very clever of them, but I didn't quite understand why that was such a big thing.
Monkey culture, no?
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Or that's just Peking opera training, I assume.
But those children were beaten severely for months to be able to do it.
Yeah. And then Pigsy. So we had this whole conversation years ago around where does the burrowing ninja come from? And I never thought for a second that maybe it comes from Pigsy, because we see that exact same effect in this film and in one of the later ones of the earth kind of humping up and like shooting along. Pigsy does underground stuff.
Would they have done that in Japan before, though? They must have done.
I don't know.
Again, this
must have been in Chambara somewhere.
One day we're going to hit upon it. One day, by accident, we'll find
the Rosetta Stone of tunneling ninjas.
Ninjas, and it'll be. So it might just be on our deathbed.
One of us is going to die and say, "Tell Nick it's."
What? Tell me what? And a young journalist, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson or James McAvoy, will be sent on a
That's
obviously to discover.
Yeah, it'd be like
the priest did this.
That's it. Who's wearing an Aaron jumper?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes,
that's it.
And looking off into the distance. Yes.
Yeah. So.
Okay, I think we are now finally done. Although, so one question I do have is you guys you guys, I can't say that anymore, can I?
You guys is borderline. Hey guys, I think is.
Hey guys is the problem. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you guys is fine. Yeah.
So this whole thing, right, of the kind of like
Sorry, are you referring to us guys?
What's he doing? Oh yeah, that's just monkey affectation. Yeah. That's like that's a peaking opera thing. That's
so it is. But when he flicks shit out of his sideburn and it becomes multiple versions of him running around, is it beard lice that he's transforming into versions?
No, it's his hair. He can pluck his hair.
I tell you what that
is. And then he can transform his hair into stuff.
I tell you what that is, and I have experience having worked on a few productions.
Having lice.
Yes, well, actually, yes, having worked on a few productions now, period settings, and we've had to use the extensive costume. I don't know if it's a costume library, if that's the correct word, of NHK and Toho, and there's like a company that specializes in that stuff. And some of that stuff I think is worn all day, in the summer heat and people sweat profusely. And I think sometimes maybe they just Febreze that shit and put it back in the rack.
Ooh.
And so I'm wondering if the Shaw costumes actually did. I've been lucky thus far. Like sometimes I've felt a bit weird in some of them, but a couple of friends of mine, we worked on a drama together, and then for a few days after, they had some really weird big welts on their skin and strange
so maybe some fleas
irritants from costumes that have been intermittently worn by dozens of people over decades, because they're very difficult to replace, like authentic 1920s clothes or something like that. So I think they're afraid to wash them. So, and they can just stand on their own, without the use of a
because like being a teacher, obviously we directly ask children not to share hats and the like, right? Because head lice outbreaks are no fun for anyone. And
apart from head lice,
well, except
whale of a time.
I'm sure your wife quite likes scraping your head with a knit comb.
Oh yes,
when you get them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See, I knew that. I don't know how I knew that, but I knew that.
No, I don't think I've ever had my wife check my head for nits. I luckily had them since I was in elementary school in Ireland.
I think Nick would willingly submit to having a knit comb used on him by Kopang Ho, though, right?
Sure.
How Shu, you mean?
Yes. Yeah, he'd be first in line.
She could
pushing people out the way.
No.
Go, I've got nits. I've got nits. I've got nits.
She could get a little flashlight, a little torch, and she could check me for worms as well. I'll whatever she needs.
Nick,
that'd be
you lost our viewership. That was a
you let Kate Kaupashu break that cherry, wouldn't you? you'd let her break the seal, wouldn't you?
No, she doesn't like pizza.
Anyhow,
right. Anyway,
Cave of the Silken Web.
Cave of Nick's Silken Web.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I don't like it.
So you go ahead, Darren. You tell us why this one's shit, and then
I don't like it.
We'll do some special pleading for it.
I did like the opening musical number.
Oh, fuck
right,
yes.
where they've got all the arms and on their own webs. That was cool. That was all right.
Yeah. Although they all had six arms, and then later on when they showed them as bugs, they clearly also showed them as like six.
Yeah, they're not really spiders. They look more like scorpions or
They were something else, some kind of beetle, I think.
But with 6 arms, you could make a fortune in certain establishments.
Yeah. And worth 6 times the revenue, wouldn't it?
But you would get multi-carpal tunnel syndrome as well. That's the only thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, just bung another. You know, I mean, if you can make people with 6 arms, then surely it's just a matter of dunking a baby in a vat of toxic waste, isn't it? You know, so just dunk another one.
I don't know what you're on about now.
Well, I'm just saying that, you know, I mean, if you've got 6 arms, then and you're a human being, then you're not, you know, it's clearly a mutation, isn't it?
Oh, I see. Right. So I felt a bit dense there. I didn't know what you were on about. Yeah. Yeah. No, I forgot. That's how you make mutants, isn't it? You put babies
It is toxic waste. It's barrels. They come in barrels. Yeah.
Yes.
With a mop.
Street trash.
With a mop, preferably. Yeah.
That's it. Well, you dunk it like Achilles, see? Like Achilles, Thetis and Achilles. Yeah. You dunk the baby in the toxic waste, and then it comes out with 6 arms. Easy.
There we go. See, education pod.
So again, it is. Yeah.
It is. So you enjoyed the opening credits.
I like the opening credits. I didn't like much else about the film. In all honesty,
there's a lot of frolicking in this film.
Well, it's just really. I don't know if I watched it too close to the other films or not. Maybe I did, and I just got tired of this kind of everyone wants to eat the priest, and there are different people working against other groups and the thing.
It's very chintzy, like that whole idea about, okay, let's just get some hot birds and negligees running about in a cave. This could almost be something direct-to-video Japanese from the 90s. Is quite how chintzy it is in parts. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but also I've never been less aroused by someone in a fucking leotard.
This is the part where you're losing me completely.
Yeah. I did not get that. No,
this was the most exciting. For in this regard, in that specifically.
That's the problem. Well, that's the top and the bottom of the problem, then, isn't it? Because I didn't like they were not flattering costumes for the ladies. They could have worn other things that would have been much more alluring. And would have, I'm sure, empowered them more. You know, let's not make it one-sided.
I think that might be the problem. I don't think me and Nick are after empowerment. We're after something else.
I'd say it's funny too and it's even more so actually in the following film. But I made in my notes when the girls first see, they got this kind of red crystal orb thing, and they see Monk Tang and Pigsy and the rest of them kind of coming up, and they get all kind of Twitter and excited. And it's completely that scene from Quest for the Holy Grail with fucking Galahad. It's it's exact, and that's when I was like, oh, I can get on board with this. Yes, this looks like it's going to be a good time. Also, for some reason, my version of this, I might not watch the same one, but suddenly had a bunch of swearing in the subtitles that isn't in any of the other 3.
Yes, I know. Yes, there was swearing in this. Yeah,
particularly there's a song where Pigsy is dancing around trying to attract the Spider Girls, and he starts singing the song about he's like, he'll be gentle, a little chubby and good looking too. You'll have a good time with him. Shit.
Do you think
I don't remember shit?
Do you
think
they were doing they were doing the new subs for the Celestial or something, and for some reason they had to go out, and they were and then in the studio next door there were those people doing the dubbing for like anime from the 90s or 2000s. Can you finish this up for us? And they came in and they just added a whole bunch of swear
words in it. Yeah. I think another feature of the subtitling job too is this is the one where the girls keep saying shit like, "Oh, I just can't wait to taste his meat" and stuff like that, which again for me was fairly distracting. And also I kept thinking like, this is the first one of these films where I'm like, maybe he should just go with it. Maybe he'll be like, you know what? Have at it, ladies.
Yes, have my silken web, as much of it as you can handle.
So I don't get it. And also there's a fucking flamethrower in this, like there's a little gourd.
Yeah, but I mean, when we get onto the next one, it's fucking flamethrowers, lightning bolts.
Yeah,
trees.
I agree with both
skeleton.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
My horn agrees with Nick,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
and the rest of me agrees with Darren.
yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
As I say, whether I was tired and I'd watched them too close together, that may be a factor.
or
I did
maybe you
find this was
just
the one.
knocked one out prior to watching, so you were satiated.
I may have done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I may
Oh,
have.
that does make a
I
difference
may have
sometimes.
gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because there are films that I've enjoyed because everything else is rubbish about it, but there might be a certain amount of tension because there's someone quite sexy in it, or you know, and like, oh, everything else is rubbish, but she's all right, so I'm going to keep watching. But if I'd have just knocked one out, that would not interest me, and therefore the film would have nothing.
Yeah.
So, you know, timings, everything.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, viewers make your own judgment.
Well,
Although I'm in the minority, I do find this quite formulaic. I think
no, you're not.
they're
in the
all
minority.
formulaic.
You're
But
actually,
this I think is but this I think is the kind of the nadir of the formula, you know, because it's kind of we want to eat you, we're monsters, we want to eat your flesh, and we're going to turn, you know, Monkey's going to turn into everyone, and that's how we're going to get over it. And there's webs, and
I think
that's it. I just found it less interesting than the others.
I think if it weren't part of this series, it would probably be a bit more passable. Like, not a very good film, but it would, you know, it would be a bit more passable as a bit of kind of fluff. But yes,
maybe
the series, it's
I think it's I think it's the low. Well, can we agree then it's the low point of the series?
No, not from my perspective, but that's okay.
No, fine. Yeah. I don't need that. You know, okay. I don't need you to agree. But yeah.
Okay.
The little head is strong with this one.
I will say,
can't argue. Clive, as our previous snog will attest to, I can't argue with your little head, can I?
No. Because my little head will argue back.
What this doesn't have is the only example of like
you're poking me in the back all night, wouldn't it?
Although Clive, you can probably correct me because I'm sure I will be wrong. But is because this film doesn't have a chicken ek machina in it, and is there any other film in cinematic history that does have a chicken ek machina?
Well, the only thing
yes, there is.
Oh, okay.
The only one that jumps to mind for me, and it's not as good as this by any means, is so we're moving on to the next one. Is there was that Italian parody of Jurassic Park called Chicken Park, which wasn't funny, but there's that. Okay. What were you thinking of, Darren, in terms of giant chicken?
I was thinking about Centipede Horror.
Huh?
And Food of the Gods too.
Yeah. Sorry, what did you say? I talked over you.
I said Centipede Horror. Doesn't Centipede Horror have a deified chicken or two spinning chickens?
It has flaming chickens, doesn't it?
No, I think they're spinning chickens, like plucked chickens.
I thought they were chickens on fire, like running around. That's in one of those. Insects.
No, I think.
Darren, are you saying like rotisserie chickens?
Like, no, I mean, as in someone set some chickens on fire.
They're raw. They're uncooked.
Okay.
But they are spinning around supernaturally and not horizontally like a rotisserie.
Raw.
Vertically.
Are we raw humans? Because we're still alive.
Well, but they were plucked. They were plucked for cooking, obviously. They didn't have feathers on them. The ones in Centipede Horror didn't have feathers. They were plucked.
Oh, they were reanimated like chicken skeletons.
Exactly.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. What's got the flaming chicken set on fire in? That's something else, isn't it?
That is something. Well, there's the torture scene, isn't there, in one of those films we watched for this, actually.
Yeah. With a chicken?
No, they're rats. Sorry, I don't know why I was thinking.
Jungle Heat.
Yes.
Yeah. No, they were rats. They weren't chickens. I don't know. I can't remember. You're right.
You can tell the difference. Called up the exterminator.
Yeah, I'm not having.
Yeah, we got a fucking chicken infestation that needs sorted out. They're going all night long. I can't get any sleep.
Well, reason I remember that is that we started. Do you remember we used to
with a flamethrower?
But do you remember when we lived in Wood Green, you and I, Clive?
Yes, when we
had
watched
Lewis.
Centipede Horror.
That's when we were, yeah, but Lewis was staying with us,
yes.
rather, and we started making reference to Centipede Horror and calling him a chicken.
Yes,
from
but
Centipede
I don't
Horror.
remember why, though.
No, I don't remember. Well, he did look a bit like a plucked chicken, to be fair.
Did he maybe watch it with us? And did the chickens freak him out or something? And then we would tease him about the chickens or something like that?
No, I think we thought he looked like a plucked chicken, but it was somehow in reference to that.
Lewis, if you're watching, get in touch. We apologise for calling you a plucked chicken, but do you remember what the context was? And in fact, did we do it? Yeah. Did we do it to your face or behind your back? This might be the
No, we definitely did it to his face. No, I remember doing it to his face in an honourable way, obviously. So
yes.
So anyway,
chivalry was
That's right.
Kept.
That's right.
Yes.
So Land of Many Perfumes, then, is it?
Yes. Looney Tunes style credit scene.
Full. Yeah, that's new.
Yeah, that was good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's a big chicken at the end.
Yes.
Which is by far the best bit. And there's a snake and a centipede sisters.
Yep.
Not centipede, a scorpion.
I loved this.
Did you?
This was the redemption of the whole series for me.
Interesting.
Because it just understood that this shit is for entertainment purposes only. And you don't need to do intrigue, right? You don't need to have Monkey disguising himself as someone and then someone else, and then Pigsy disguising as someone else. You can do it. You can have laser beam fights. You can have Monkey breathing fire and someone else throwing lightning bolts in a magical battle, like in Battle Wizard.
Yeah, I agree with all that.
You can have people turn into trees.
Yeah, that was
and turn people into skeletons.
I like that too.
Yeah. But it wasn't consistent all the way through, though, was it? It was plumped together. There's still a lot of the other bollocks in between. To be fair, and also, so there's a bit. I was a bit confused. There's a bit where like a storm or something happens, and then that rear projection comes in, and there's a bit where a cat fights maybe a mongoose or something.
Yes, near the beginning.
But just prior to the cat mongoose fight, is it just me? Because I thought, we're gonna get a reveal, but it never. Is there like a bit where it seems like it looked to me, because it's a close up. Is it like it looks like a snout of like a stone statue of something? So before the cat and the mongoose, there's something menacing. It looks like it's made from a stone, and it looks like it's the snout, and then we cut to the cat versus the mongoose, and then we never go back to whatever the fuck the giant stone.
I didn't make a note of that. It could very well have been. Yeah,
that confused me. Because they never make reference to it again, so I wasn't sure what was. I wonder if either of you pegged that.
No.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't think I...
Yeah, I was more on the rear projection mongoose. And I'm assuming it's a mongoose.
I think so.
I couldn't work out what animal it was.
It's some sort of something in that family, isn't it?
Yeah. But they're giant, aren't they? They're like, they're like dinosaur-sized cats and monkeys, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this one's got...
Is mongoose... Is that the plural? I've never thought about this before. Because mongoose sounds wrong.
Mongoose just sounds like a wrong goose.
Yeah, this is... I might have to... And then what's the
one who's banished from the tribe from being a bit funny?
Yeah.
Is that a normal goose or a mongoose?
The one who can't take the funnel with the corn in. In Burgundy, France.
Yes.
Anyway,
because their tongue's too big.
But over the years, the French, of course, have probably developed a taste for that particular strain where you feed a mongoose its own mongoose children until its liver bursts, and then put it on some bread
So, yeah, if you can think of it, they've done it in France.
Yeah. And if you try and tell them off for it, they'll go, "Fuck you! What the fuck? This is our tradition, you motherfucker!"
Yeah.
I wipe my ass on your grandmother's tongue.
Yeah.
This is, I believe, also a French delicacy. Yeah.
I respect that. I respect that of the French.
Yes.
In
fairness. As long as it's not my grandmother's tongue. Well, she has to kiss me with that tongue if she was still alive. Oh no, hang on. That sounded dodgy as well. Sorry, I am clearly the mongoose of this.
Yeah, I mean, you know, grandmother felching is a new low.
That's the title of my new LP.
So there's two separate groups of ladies in this that are both attempting to, and this is the first time we've had. So one group wants to eat the monk, and one group wants to fuck the monk. Because it
I'm glad you worked that out because I didn't have a fucking clue.
Well, yeah. So the scorpion girl and snake girl, they want to eat him and gain immortality, but the other group just wants his man seed because they can't reproduce. They're like an entirely woman-based society, and they reproduce to do with the river, and they can only have.
Oh no! Hang on. There are 3 factions in this, if you remember.
Who's the third faction?
There's the other spirit. No, so there's the scorpion and the spider. No, snake. Yeah. Scorpion and the snake, isn't there?
Yeah.
And then there's another group of supernatural creatures who are also women in negligees.
Okay.
And who fight each other at one point, by the way. And they're the ones that turn themselves into trees and rocks.
Okay, so they're not the
same. So the
scorpion
and the snake are different supernatural.
Okay. I think I just mashed them up in my mind. Okay.
Yeah, and that's why it's confusing.
So then we have potentially 2 groups of women attempting to eat the monk and one larger group of women who want
to there's also the empress and the princess daughter. There's all
the Amazonian warriors, isn't there?
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, now that you mentioned, you mentioned earlier the swapping out of Ueha for someone else. I just realized I did subconsciously notice it because there's a bit in this one, The Land of Grandmother Felching, where Monkey doing his thing looked, for the first time, I never noticed this before, looked like he was imitating Stan Laurel.
So that might have been I can see that,
what this other actor was bringing to it. I want to say the other actor moves better than Yuhua. Whether they use doubles or not we'll never know. But it seemed like he was kind of an acrobat.
Yes, he was quite acrobatic. The replacement.
I tell you what, they probably did use doubles for because it looks fucking. There's one scene. It's a long shot. Where there's clearly, I don't know if it is actually the actresses or slender stuntmen, but regardless, it's dangerous when they're in the middle of this massive ring of fire.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, fuck that! Like you only need the wind to change or something. I know they're probably in a studio, but still, that looked fucking. No, that's probably outdoors. That would have to be outdoors. That can't be in a studio. That thing would go up in flames.
No, but also, everyone was at the start of their careers in this, so they would have just gone, "No, fuck it, it's you."
Yeah, maybe, But that shot jumped out at me as like, "Fucking hell, that." Quite dodgy.
Yeah, but I mean, this one is different to the others in that it just turns into fucking Battle Wizard at about the 3/4 mark, doesn't it?
I mean, I think you might be overstating but I understand why, because you've been beaten down by 3.5 films. And then for it to suddenly pep up, and to be fair, a giant fucking chicken turns up. It's quite, it's like, whoa! I was quite thrilled to see that chicken.
So was I.
To a ridiculous degree.
I mean, why is it a chicken? And it's also from the Moon King.
And it
Yeah.
crushes.
It's the chicken of the moon king. And he
crushes
just
yeah,
stamps the
yeah. You get a close up of the
I
big-
suspect,
I mean, come on.
probably chicken. I mean, I don't know about snakes, but I would imagine that scorpions, like bugs, chickens are a natural enemy of bugs, right?
Yeah, would a chicken take on a scorpion?
Snake?
I mean, the scorpion's a big fucking. I mean, it's not that,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're
I don't
bad
think a chicken would
motherfuckers,
fuck with a
scorpions.
scorpion.
Okay.
Would they? Well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because chickens tend to eat little bugs and worms, don't they? That's what
Yeah,
chickens
they
eat,
wouldn't
isn't
go after
it?
a scorpion, I don't think.
No, I
Probably
wouldn't have
not.
thought so.
No.
No.
No, they're not quick enough. Chickens are quite stupid, which is why it kind of beggars belief as to why it's a fucking chicken that
Yeah, I think
saves
that's
the
the thing.
whole
That's
breed.
it's so out of left field. It's the last thing you expect, isn't it? Like if it was a
Yeah.
dragon or a serpent. But yeah, chicken. But that's what makes it glorious because it's the most kind of. I don't know. It's the. I don't have chickens in my house, but it seems like an ubiquitous thing somehow. Maybe this is growing up in the country or something. Or chickens, it just seems like the least exotic animal to have turned up at the end of the film.
Yeah, exactly. It could have been anything, couldn't it? It could have been a dragon.
Yeah.
It could have been. Oh, actually, okay. Well, let's say they ran out of money and they couldn't film a dragon, right? Let's say it could be a fucking. A fucking stock footage of a lion or something, right?
Or they could have attached, 1 million BC, so they could have attached like some fins to a chicken or something to turn it into some sort of, prehistoric. No, it's just
just a fucking chicken. Yeah. It's just a yellow and red chicken.
Yeah.
So we all like the chicken then.
I think, I definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's not to like about this, to be honest, in comparison to the others.
Monkey does get to go home again a second time because someone's taken over his mountain and is abusing.
Yeah, the big head deity bloke, he's like an exiled deity, isn't he?
Yes, yeah.
And he just goes in Monkey's crib and takes it over.
Tied up all the kids with big circles, and then he's tied two of them together so they have to roll on top of each other around. Again.
Yeah. But then he comes back and saves the day, and I did appreciate that when the exiled deity got attacked by the snake and the scorpion, he did have all soot over his face, as if he'd been blown up by a joke cigar in a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Well, I mean, some of the reviewers of these films, like the reviews I read online, do talk about whether or not they are possibly inspired by animation and inspired by is there a Disneyfication element here? I mean,
well, there is that Japanese animated monkey that got turned in English dub to Alakazam the Great, right, from 1960 or something like that.
Okay. I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know that.
And there's Havoc in Heaven and stuff. So yes, there's definitely an animated.
Well, yeah, and Princess Ironspan, I think we're going to watch is also.
Yeah, and plus the animated sequence at the beginning, right? The credits. First time we've seen that.
Yeah. That seemed to come out of nowhere. That animated, especially for Shaw Brothers, because I don't remember ever seeing anything Shaw Brothers that had animation in.
Yeah, and the fact that Pigsy's running around collecting picnic baskets.
Yes,
it's also a bit of a giveaway.
Yeah.
Also, once again, this film ends, and I don't recall one fucking Buddhist sutra being collected, or in fact, even attempted. These jokers are crap at collecting Buddhist sutras.
Yes. So, I mean, where this sits in terms of, again, both of you have a much better sense of, well, certainly where Shaw Brothers is going, right? I have a sense of where they've been because we've been watching this more or less in order. But when reading around this, a lot of people say that this is kind of it's a strange moment because in some ways we're right at the point at which, one-armed swordsman's going to come out, and in some ways, Shaw is going to really.
Wait, it's already come out. One-armed swordsman's already out at this point.
Within the film, but when the first one, when Journey to the West comes out, it's not out yet. But as these four films come out, exactly, Shaw is beginning to kind of transition away from, to some degree, the musical.
Yeah, well, it's definitely away from out of the musicals. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But I
That's
think
the
the
component
key
that
is
still sticks, right, to a little bit, but you can feel it like getting more. Like actually, this last one I think had the least musical numbers of all four of them.
Yes,
Right?
for sure.
yeah.
And the action, I mean the action in all four films is not bad. It's like well choreographed, I thought. I didn't notice anything
Yeah.
particularly clunky.
And from 1968 onwards as well is when every single Shaw Brothers film has a giant chicken in it.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. We have to lose the leotards in favor of the chicken, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's that trade up kind of sits
I know,
easily
I
with me.
know.
I like both.
Yeah, yeah, because I'd have loved to have seen Wang Yu in a leotard.
Yes. Ideally riding a chicken, like a giant one, like saddled.
Yeah, Wang Yu can definitely do that. Yeah.
Once again, fire up the AI. Wang Yu riding a chicken.
Yes, yeah. And then I mean the other thing that makes perfect sense to me is that within a few decades people are going to be churning out erotic versions of this, right? Like there's a couple of Taiwanese ones.
What, our podcast?
Yes, exactly. No, Monkey Goes West.
I wonder if chickens are involved in those.
I'm sure they are.
The choking of.
The core, well, yeah, the co-production with the Color Climax films are going to introduce some chickens into the mix.
But yeah, now you completely distracted me from what I was saying.
Well, I think. Sorry, obviously I'm interrupting you, but I don't want to
bring us back on track,
ruin your flow. But I think the secret sauce in this is "Come Drink with Me," right? So there's a point in 1966-67 where "Come Drink with Me" happens, and it kind of seems to change the game, right? It certainly changes Shaw Brothers' trajectory, right, in terms of moving from this sort of film, especially musical films and Huanmei opera films, and pivoting to wuxia, right? And I don't want to attribute the whole wuxia shift to Come Drink With Me, because I know there are other things. There's things like the Jade Bow and stuff, and that's around the same time.
But that would have been the mega hit, right?
And exactly right, yeah, and that's where the money came from, right? And it's what I find really interesting about this whole section of films is, as I said earlier, we're watching Cheng Pei Pei and Ye Hua become famous just before they're famous.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is them. It's like watching George Clooney in Return of the Tomato, whatever the fuck that is. Yeah.
Right. I think these are slightly more high profile than Return of the Tomato.
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Johnny Depp in Nightmare on Elm Street, right? Maybe that's a better example. Yeah.
And then they made no more of these anyway. So we were 4 and done, and so we end with a giant chicken, and we end with no end.
Yeah, interesting point.
I like that.
Yeah, we don't know if they ever get the sutras, as you said, Clive. We don't. Yeah, I assume that they do.
Did they collect one fucking sutra?
No, they didn't. No,
they did. Did they?
I don't think. Well, I mean, I didn't understand.
Sorry,
sutra collectors, right? They'd have made.
No, hang on. No. Wait.
All right.
I mean, maybe I've got it wrong. I could have this wrong, but isn't so the whole thing about Journey to the West is not about collecting like scattered sutras. It's getting to one location in India where the sutras are and then bringing them back. Isn't that the whole thing?
That's what I had.
It's not like a quest, like a computer game quest narrative.
No, they do.
It's more you have to get to the place in India and then bring them back.
No, they don't go to one specific place. They go hither and thither and pick things up and go around like that and then come back.
In the novel?
Or
in other adaptations of the...
No, in the source Journey to the West. Or at least, well, hang on now.
Okay.
I don't know if that changes between record of whatever the fuck I said.
That's what I was going to say, because you read record.
No, that's my point. Yeah.
But it's possible that in Journey to the West,
I could be
they're just going to one specific place to pick up the book and bring it back.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of collecting sutras from the episodic Whaley version of Monkey.
But then again, that might be...
we haven't... Yeah.
No, that might be interesting, because also I'm wondering if the Whaley translation is not... Maybe there's not it's not a direct jump from the full version to the Whaley. Maybe the Whaley is working from something that has been condensed, if you see what I mean. So... Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. A good point. You might be quite right about that.
We'll get there, though. We're gonna,
Yes, we shall watch a good few.
Yeah, we'll work that out.
Yeah, and we'll get there. But I suspect we're not going to see a whole lot more chickens. Although, have either of you seen the Stephen Chow films?
No.
Neither have I.
No, I've hovered over Chinese Odyssey on Netflix a number of times. I've never done it. Yeah.
Same. But I'm wondering, because Stephen Chow is very kind of cine-literate and very fond of referencing, I'm wondering if a giant chicken might actually turn up when the Chinese Odyssey film.
I think that's wishful thinking. I think we're wishful thinking. But, it'd be lovely.
Yeah. Because I don't know. I genuinely have no idea. Here's hoping for some more chicken action.
Although, actually, am I right in saying that the thumbnail on Netflix on A Chinese Odyssey 2 has got a spider web in it?
Oh, I would imagine because it seems to be, because there's silent versions of it. So I would imagine the silken web of it all is quite an important...
The silken web will be there, will it? Yeah.
There you go, Nick. There's something to look forward to.
Okay.
I wonder who the silken web girls will be.
And
I'm wondering how much the erotic versions as well. How much silken web is going to be.
That's what I have some questions. Yes, apparently some of them are borderline that kind of hardcore that used to show up on VCDs. That was kind of fogged, but that was coming out of China rather than Japan.
As Beavis and Butthead would say, we're there, dude. Well, I believe those are the noises Nick was making while watching Cave of Silken Web, I think. Yeah.
Especially the chicken bit. Oh, no, that's Silken Web. Yeah, sorry.
There's a 1959 Monkey Son by Toho.
I actually went to see that in a theatre.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to talk about it when we talk the different adaptations, but they showed that on 35mm in Jimbocho, and afterwards one of the actresses in it gave a talk as well. Yeah, it's not that good a film, though, to be honest, but it was It was still kind of, because it's got Eiji Tsuburaya effects and stuff and everything about. So
right.
Yeah. Songoku, I think it's called, right?
Yeah, well, so it's been translated as Monkey Son.
Right.
Yes,
yeah. So, Right, there we go. There you go. Another fantastic, and I think you will agree, fantastically learned and literate edition of In ShawScope.
Yeah, I mean we've done a lot in this session, haven't we? I mean, there's been snogging. There's been. Should we explain snogging for non-British viewers, or just leave it hanging?
I think at this point, people know what it means.
And if you don't,
if not, then your imagination can. Yes, were me and Dad doing back in the day? Yes.
Or you could Google it, obviously, as well.
True. Yeah. We've run the gamut from snogging
to poultry.
Through fan mei sheng to an equine fan mei sheng to skeletons to spiders to laser beam battles. And also, Monkey Breathes Fire at the end of Cave of Silken Web.
And yet,
That was a great scene. Yeah. Landerman perfumes. So
and
that's
yet
good.
we come away unsatisfied. So we're going to have to pick up the slack with Knot and delve a bit further into all this monkey nonsense.
Yeah.
So yeah, there'll be a few. So
more monkey business coming soon.
Well, we can take requests, right? We can take requests and advice.
That's true. There's so much monkey
stuff.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be hurling our own feces by the end of these episodes, I think.
Well, I mean,
yeah. Well, I do at the end of every podcast. I'm surprised you don't too.
It'd be interesting looking back on these. Like, this was the first time. This was the final time that Nick had clean walls during the podcast. From here on out, they're all stained and his wife's left it. And, yeah. Right on.
Very good.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it sounds like a good place to end it, doesn't it?
Yes. Until next time. Cheerio.
Bye. Oh, there he is. I missed it. I'm just going to be me, normal.